Content.
That's interesting. They're now saying the content of this meeting is being sent to a third party. Whatever, Zoom. We live righteously. So I guess this is more of how we uplift fallen humanity. You know, some people out there, bro, are like afraid of Zoom. But anyway, peace and greetings to y'all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hasan Ghazio Bey here in Morocco at Northwestern Mexico. How are you, Brother Sean? Let them know what we're going in real quick. I just realized I forgot.
Guys, we're going over, as you know, we've been going over Clock of Destiny Book 1. We're at part 10 now. And today we will be going over the headdress of our Moorish forefathers. As we know, it is the red fez. We'll be going over the real picture of Muhammad. Ooh, the real picture of Muhammad. All right. Then we'll go into next, the law of gravitation. What goes up also comes down. All right. And then I think that will be it for today. I'm not sure if we'll get into the foundation of the dollar system. I think that's where we'll be stopping at, is after the law of gravitation. What goes up must come down. By our good brother CM Bay, which is pretty good. All right. Last cycle we went over the term Egypt. We went over the ancient Blue Nile and the White Nile River. We went over the cold mountain region, and we went over the different degrees of the latitude, south and north. So if you want to go check that out from the last cycle, and kind of get a look at that for the different latitudes of the Earth.
Yep.
And we'll be just doing 3 pages today. And then next cycle, we'll be doing the foundation of the dollar system, right? That's where we'll be starting out at.
So get out your Clock of Destiny Book 1 or go to the PDF that we provide in Prophet Noble Drew Lee University. I appreciate you, Brother Sean. Guys, we're going to do our invocation in as we normally do on Friday and Sunday. Our invocation in term, the Moorish American prayer. Let me go and share the screen here. And guys, we're going to extend all 5 appendages on the left hand, just the index and middle on the right. And we're going to hold that up as we stand with our feet on a 45-degree angle. And Brother Sean is going to do the invocation in term, the Moorish American prayers. You guys can see we're here in the Moorish Holy Temple of Science Administrative Function, pages 48 and 49. On 48, we see handsomely standing due guarded is Moorish Sharif Fez, and Ba is Prophet Noble Drew Lee. And on page 49 is our authority, which I would always say, people, please thoroughly analyze. And maybe we'll go in again, because sometimes, there's repeat things that I do as far as going over certain things. And I've done a presentation on our authority before at House of Reawakening Minds. It was like a little event called On the Road to Self-Mastery, and it headlined Dooley, Brother Dula. It had headlined him. It was some other people that were speaking there also, including Dr. G. But me and Dooley were the last 2 to go. I was next to last, and then Dooley went last, so to speak. So with that being said, I went in on that. And so I think, in the dimensions to soon manifest term the future, I and our Brother Sean can go in on our authority and analyze that a little more so you guys can really see that we need to be moving on these things a lot more as a collective that knows what we're all talking about, not just a few more sprinkled here and there that have done the study. So maybe we can do our best to bring everyone up to snuff, so to speak. All righty, so Moorish American prayer again, guys. Brother Sean's going to lead us in. 5 on the left, 2 on the right, standing on a 45 like Prophet Noble Drew Lee's feet right there. You guys can repeat after Brother Sean either aloud or in your hearts.
Islam.
Islam.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
Amen. Right.
I mean, indeed, guys. So we're going to go continue administrative functions, pages 84 and 85. Let me tighten up this iPad stand real quick. Oh, good. Go. Tighten it up there. And we're here on pages 84 and 85, Moor Temple Science Administrative Function. The following is a letter written by Prophet Noble Drali on the 18th day of January, 1928. And on Domini, he commanded that it be read before every meeting. Moor Science Temple of America, Home Office, 3603 Indiana Avenue, Noble Drali, founder, Chicago, Illinois, January 18th, 1929. To be proclaimed in every meeting, dear brother Islam, I am glad to know that I have few faithful Moors among you all, and I desire for them to know the truth and the divine truth. There is a host of jealousy, quote unquote, about me and the movement now by the same people of our side of the nation that claim it was only a joke and unreal. But now, since they have found out from the government officials and the nations of the earth that this is the only sole foundation that all Asiatics must depend upon for their earthly salvation as an American citizen, they are working every scheme that they can to disqualify me so they themselves may take charge of the situation. I have notified all these things to you long ago in the past. It is through the faithful Moors that contribute to the movement and uplifting funds. The ones that paid their divine respect to me and the movement will be remembered. That is why I'm calling upon all faithful Moors to increase their faithfulness to me, your prophet, and your divine Moorish movement. I need finance, and I need it bad. Never before have I needed finances as badly as I do at present, that I may shove aside the discord that is facing the nation. It all comes through jealousy because of my, quote, fame and nobility, end quote, period. The nations of the world will not recognize the movement without me, the prophet, being the head. It has been proven by my work in which I have performed in the last few months, because I was at the governor's inauguration to represent the Moorish divine and national movement, and I will be at the inauguration of President Hoover for the same cause. Noble, Drew, Ali. And we're moving on to the Moorish literature, pages 12 and 13, excerpts from the Moorish Guide newspaper. And on page 12, again, handsomely standing due guard in his Moorish shorties, fez, and abaz, Prophet Noble Drali. And on page 13, we yield the floor to Brother Sean Ali Mel, Islam.
Islam. Divine warning by the Prophet Noble Drali. Prophet warns all governors ordered to read a proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or a group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple of the prophet or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement will receive the reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet Noble Drali, and if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways, by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Indeed, Islam. And so we're here at the Clock of Destiny, book 1 or volume 1. And here we're going to go through these next 3 pages, under 3 pages, guys. And so we're going to be brief. However, it's very powerful. All right. And I really enjoy these here. And as usual, in the fashion in what we normally do things, Brother Sean is going to read and I'm going to ad lib, right? Get my yeah, serious type of ad libbing on. And we are here at 12 signs pertaining to the Zodiac, right? And I'm just going to leave this up here for a brief second, right? As a matter of fact, let me scoop Brother Sean up just a little bit so he can start reading. I want you guys to really look here, right? And yes, the little red markings that I put there are on purpose to kind of show what Brother Sean is actually about to read, that CM Bay really just in a simplified fashion put here. And again, guys, you know, these books, the Zodiac Constitution, Clock of Destiny Book 1 and Clock of Destiny Book 2, are in the Library of Congress, guys. And we have the certificate numbers, of course. Alrighty, as well as, you know, the copies of the certificate, technically. Right. So with that being said, this is what I think some people will call Masonic secret. This is really what rules the world. This is the foundation. And it would be best to observe these things without the need to muddy the waters or try to, you know, put misinformation or create misinformation around it respectfully. Alrighty, guys. So I trust we do good. Alrighty, we do real good in comprehending what Brother Sean's about to read and what I am going to enjoy ad-libbing. And with that, I yield the floor, Brother Sean. Islam.
Islam. The above cut constitutes the real book, the Holy Quran, quote unquote. Also, the real picture of Muhammad.
Right there. Muhammad, right? Because what CM Bay is about to do is give you guys measurements. When you look at the compound term that Muhammad is, Maha means great. Mead means measure. So Mahamid is great measure. So Mohammedans are actually those that know how to do great measuring. Period. That is it. That is all. Now, my question then would be, how many dues did you guys have to pay for how many years in order to get that Masonic secret? It's not a rhetorical question. It's laughable. But what dues have you paid to get that? How many lodge meetings for Seven Hill Star did you have to come to? And I'm not being mean or rude or disrespectful to any organizations that, you know, would have to have much of people's purse dug into and then them giving contributions to whatever institution that practices those things. However, here, we being those who, you know, freely have our tassels flowing, not pinned down at 33 degrees, we are sharing this because, again, in order to change the people, you must change their literature. So I'm wondering how many you know of you are kicking out dues for this here, right? So with that being said, that was just the first sentence that Brother Sean went in on, and look, just that alone, Mahamid is great measure. Mohammedans are great measurers. That's it. That's all. Despite the fact that people have perverted that truth by putting dogma, belief system, rhetoric around that term. That's it. That's all. The above cut constitutes the real book. The quote, Holy Quran or Holy Quran, end quote. Also, the real picture of Muhammad. Now, some people would be like, well, that's heavy because you got people out here that practice living their life a certain way. With us saying this is the real picture of Muhammad, they will say we are speaking haram or that's shirk. When in all actuality, this is the reality. And then that would prove that there are beings out there that will arrogantly and ignorantly defend their dogma belief system in order to combat that which is the culture on the planet. What is the culture on the planet is not in any way, shape, or form associated with dogma belief systems. Dogma belief systems take their anthropomorphic stories and other mythologies to be children's lessons to assist in teaching them this that is in front of your face now. Okay, I yield the floor. Islam.
Islam. The Muslims have never painted the picture of Muhammad in the likeness of a son of a woman. Such painting is of the Christian artists of deception.
Woo. Be not upset.
Woo.
The thing is, can ones accept the truth, or are ones comfortable in the lie because they have built their lives on the lie? We're showing you whatever dogma belief systems deal with Muhammad and whatever dogma belief systems deal with the sun woman worship image. We're showing you here that back in 1947, it was already given to you freely and put in the Library of Congress. How many beings are taking this information and knowledge and turning it into a dogma belief system, or forcing people to excessively give finance in order to have it after so many so-called lodge meetings? How are we freely having this? How are we freely giving people access to it? Through Prophet Noble Drew Ali University, our online library. I think we should take these things into account and really think about how we may even have loved ones who will try to do everything in their power to say that what we're saying here today is quote unquote sacrilegious and base, and is in and is disrespect to the Mohammedan and Christian faiths. Really? Again, Christmas is a way of telling children about the cosmology and astrology pertaining to winter solstice. Is one now being sacrilegious and disrespectful to children because now we've seen they've grown to a certain mindset and now they need to know and comprehend the reality that that story is just caricaturing, a caricature. It's caricaturing, so to speak, if that's a gerund to use, the winter solstice, period. All right. I yield, bro. Islam.
Having read the complete geography of the 12 signs of the zodiac, the above symbols of the earth revolving about the sun gives you a tangible illustration of latitude north and south of the equator.
This is interesting because he says complete geography of the 12 signs of the zodiac. He's saying even right there that it is earth-based astrology. Geo, dealing with the planet, graphy, picture. Having read the complete Earth picture, man, I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than this. Again, how many collection plates have we passed around? And I'm not knocking those that practice these things. I'm asking simplified questions. Simplified questions. How many collection plates have been passed around? How many dues are you paying? I'm not saying don't donate to us. Oh, please do that, because we're freely doing this. Like I said, we're like National Public Radio or National Public Television, you know. Maybe like I said, maybe we'll have to do a marathon, 24-hour marathon where we're raising finances and then just have different guests come on and share different things they do in their talents while we're raising finance for us here at Seven Heel Star. And then that way we can do something further altruistic also. I yield, bro. Islam.
All right, the curved lines as shown leading from the North Pole to the South Pole describe the hourly rotation of the Earth, which measure the 24 hours of the day and are referred to as longitude, quote unquote, east and west, or spring and fall.
Bars. I yield.
The circled lines as shown connecting with the rays of the sun describe the months and seasons of the year and are referred to as latitude north and latitude south, quote unquote, summer and winter.
Oh, go ahead. I yield.
Or north and south.
So to comprehend further what Brother Sean just said, right? Let me grab my favorite color here. When we're looking at what Brother Sean read here, right? Those lines are these, right? Boop-a-doop, doop-a-doop, doop-a-dee-doop, right? Okay. So those are those lines. Then when Brother Sean read this here, we're referring to these lines. Doop-a-doop, 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 right? That's what we're referring to. Very simple, very easy, right? Why are there people practicing not freely telling you this? Why are there dues that have to be paid? Why are there stories that are really children's stories being something that continues into people's grown age? And why are those people not getting into the truth pertaining to the culture on this planet? Those are just questions. Jen V says, greetings, everyone. Brother Derek Lashway says, happy Holy Venus degree. Greetings and happy Holy Venus degree. Brother Derek also says, you're absolutely right. Some say he's lost. He says, I'm quoting him, some say I've lost my mind. Then I show them this and they stop coming around. Yeah. And I mean, and now we need to, we you know, these are things we need to really consider, right? These are things that we really need to consider, guys.
Technically, they are right when they say we have lost our mind. We have lost the false perception of what we thought was real, and now we've gained a new mind. And I was going to say earlier, add on to it, like, where's that building that was supposed to be built 10 years ago with the church funds? Where's that building at?
Or the fixing of the roof or something, right?
Damn, man, it's still leaking on my keyboard.
Seriously, like how many, you know, dues have to be collected for parties and I mean, what's really being done? Why are the conditions on the planet still the conditions? Why are people that are part of different lodges and organizations really not assisting with making sure that people are treated fairly, that, in terms of, statutes being misused, misapplied? I come into this knowledge and information and honoring my ancient foremothers and forefathers, and I realize something, that only sincere Moors such as myself and my brothers and other sincere Moors that really comprehend this, we're the only ones enforcing the law on the planet. We are the only ones enforcing the law on the planet because we've gone beyond what is socially accepted and practiced and looked at the actual objective. You know how when you play Uno and people are like, yo, we're not piling colors, we piling numbers, or yo, we're not piling numbers, we're piling colors. That's what's socially accepted in practice when you go and play Uno at different people's, houses or wherever you play Uno. However, when one actually reads the objective of Uno, it's a lot different from those colloquially practiced and accepted ways of playing, right? So now we need to think to ourselves, do we or our loved ones love doing things outside of the objective? The main objective and the foundational objective is being in harmony with nature. However, there are things being practiced outside of that. I yield, bro. Islam.
All right. The law of gravitation, what goes up also comes down.
Mm-hmm.
In Christian religious mythology, the earth is referred to as the apple, quote unquote.
Indeed. James Jackson L says, wow. And Mother Sahara says, happy Holy Venus degree to everyone. Hey, Mother Sahara, peaceful greetings to
happy
you all.
Holy Venus degree.
Indeed, happy Holy Venus degree. All right, I'm doing my best to not zoom in too much so you guys won't see the cutoff from, our thumbnail is usually at the top right of the screen. So I want you guys to be able to read along with us. All righty, I yield, bro. Islam.
The first slice constitutes the spring season, March 21st to June 21st, 90 degrees. The second slice constitutes the summer season, June 22nd to September 23rd, 180 degrees. The third slice constitutes the fall season, September 23rd to December 20th, 270 degrees. The fourth slice constitutes the winter season, December 21st to March 20th, 360 degrees.
I mean, man, they just went through all four quadrants. I can't even knock that, man. It's Islam. I yield.
The myth of Adam and Eve, quote unquote, and the tree of forbidden fruit, quote unquote, is also founded upon the Earth's annual revolution of 360 degrees.
Look at that. Period. It's not hard. It's not complicated. You don't have to, want to tell someone they're going to burn in hell, or you don't have to, run for your life because you think, you swore some oath that you think your life is in danger. This is just plain and simple. Period. That's it. That's all. This is our culture. Are we accepting ourselves? Curious, right? James Jackson L says, can't deny it. Islam. Islam. Mm-hmm. I yield, bro.
All right. The circling Earth crossing the equator into the northern hemisphere on the Tropic of Cancer on March 21st, and recrossing the equator into the southern hemisphere on the Tropic of Capricorn on September 23rd is referred to in Christian mythology as snake or serpent, quote unquote.
That is so sexy and provocative. Well, well, what I'm actually saying is look at how one can actually Scorpio their mindset, have a death and rebirth pertaining to what they believed and now knowing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Belief dies when faith is. Faith dies when fruition is. Looky. Astro cookie. I yield.
Indeed. And in science, as serpentine, quote unquote, be wise as the serpent. The above diagram speaks one universal language, also equals the power of 10,000 words in terms of concrete facts. Where do we go from here?
Wow. And again, that diagram is this, which is Muhammad, right? Muhammad. This is Muhammad. And for those that want to know what the only begotten son is, that you see it right there in the middle. That's it. We do not deal with belief or belief systems. We are about knowing, and that's it. Belief is for fools and babies. I am not being inconsiderate, mean, or rude. My second principle after love, which is the first thing that we are being love. The second principle is truth. So I ask again, are we or our loved ones in love with a lie? Or can we now know the truth and set ourselves free?
That's $1 million question.
I know, right? I yield, bro. Islam.
All right.
Back it up a little bit. Back it up. Okay, there we go. We're good.
All right. The preceding diagram has proven that the earth is all there is in life for the human family.
Whoa. Man. All there is in life for the yo. That's bruh. That smashes all rejection of truth. Those rejections of truth are normally called dogma belief systems, falsely called religions. Because true religion is this right here. Because religion etymologically is to bind oneself back. Binding back to what? To that mind state, that mindset pertaining to our ancient foremothers and forefathers, so that our days are long upon the earth land. Gen V says, used to be 360 days on the calendars as well until the implementation of the Gregorian. Look at that. Way to go, Gen V. Brother Derek Blashvay says, know yourself and tell the truth. Islam. I yield, bro.
It is both moon and sun. And because of this fact, contains all the elements of nature. Therefore, it is the great atomic powerhouse and cannot be destroyed by atomic bombs.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo, CM anybody that really knows what we're going over, and they have some type of Masonic oath, they know right now that we are prophecy manifested and further fulfilling it. Because there are some beings out there that's like, dang, man, why did I do this to my life? And, made myself over again. Because we're all free-born Master Masons and Eastern Stars, and we do not need to be made over again. And what is meant by being made over again, according to my studies thus far, is joining some organization and having to pay dues to get this that we're freely sharing, that CM Bay freely put in the Library of Congress. Bro, I'll continue to read. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm about to bust move real quick. I'm right back.
Where we at? Atomic bombs. All right. The atomic bomb has already done its constructive work by destroying the mythical doctrine of the Christian nations of the world, involving the quote unquote white son Christ, quote unquote, upon the cross. It is not the atomic bomb which the Christians fear, but the scientific truth. Thus, that which the Christians of the United States of America have dreaded the most has at last come upon them. You might ask yourself this question: where do the Christians go from here? Remember, the dead, quote unquote, white sun idol is the last political god weapon of the lily white, quote unquote, world. Ooh, 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 ooh. And yeah, ask yourself that. Maybe we should, and that should be like, instead of all the random BS videos I see where folks asking about loyalty and all that other stuff on the street, start asking questions like these. Like, that would be good to see, because it's clear that there has been this blindfolding that has been occurring when it comes to what's termed religion, but as Brother Hasan was saying earlier, that it's termed dogma. But folks aren't really ready to combat that. As he was, as bro was saying earlier, like, are the lies just gonna keep going comfortably, or are we really gonna acknowledge it, things for what they are and what they haven't been, and move on how we should be? And I think the latter, what I said, is to come. It might make folks uncomfortable, and a lot of folks have dreaded it because they're running out of options to use against the world. Right? So we look here, scientific facts or truth is sharper than a two-edged sword. So give back to the Christian that which belongs to them, namely the Bible, the church, the quote unquote Christ and Mary idol, and as Prophet Noble Jolie said, the slavery terms such as Negro, colored, black, African, Indian, yellow, and red race, or people, and accept your own culture as shown in this book.
Jesus, birthly Christ. Hey, man, this, for some people, this is heavy. For me, it brings joy. It gives me goosebumps. Man. Because my whole life I've known, not like I know now, but I knew something was up even when I was little. I knew something was up. I knew something wasn't right. And this is not demonizing the order of Christ and Mary. This is putting it in its proper place. And you know what its proper place is not? Is our minds and hearts, those of you various copper-toned beings on the planet that have been misclassified as Negro, Black, Colored, African American, Indian, Native American. And again, this is not, oh, these Moors don't believe this and they believe that. We don't deal with beliefs. And this is a free Moorish master mason who's kicking this knowledge in 1947. And most of those that are into the craft in these lodges that have this in their libraries know that this is it. It is all. That's it. Where do you go from here? Here. That's where you go. And solve our social and economic problems with this that we're going over. And unanimously, the Zodiac Constitution, Clock of Destiny Book 1 and Clock of Destiny Book 2, without accepting your culture. The numbers 0 through 9, geometry and the mathematics and the science pertaining to the 12 signs of the Zodiac. Without those, what are you really doing? Oh, living a lie. That's the answer. It almost slipped my mind for a second. Okay, I yield.
You will then go down in global history as winning the greatest victory over the evil tradition of white supremacy. I got to put a quote unquote there that the world has ever known.
Yeah, that's why I say we're victorious. We are. My position is, even when I know people are in that, they pray and things of that nature. Have you noticed what we do with the Bible too? We share with you guys, look into the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. So that also assists in bringing you out of dogma belief systemization. However, even people that are still there, and they be like, yeah, man, I'm praying for this and I'm praying for that. I said, well, you should be praying from, because if you're praying for victory and not from victory, then you've lost. And I trust that helps them to facilitate soon coming out of that hypnosis that is outside of harmony with nature, and was really only designed to the extent where it is now to help bring something for the earthly foundation for our Albion sons and daughters. Because remember, all this comes out of the order of Islam. Because of somebody disagreeing with someone, or there being corruption, because there were people who wanted to misuse this information and try to rule over sentient beings who are their equals. I yield the floor.
It is true that the Christians control commerce, the atomic bomb, industry, production, distribution, munition plants, labor unions, and a powerful military force, all of which cannot compete with that great body of truth as shown in the illustrated 12 signs of the Zodiac, sharper than a two-edged sword.
So, I mean, they're wasting their time. Wasting their time with all of those things that are not pertaining to the great body of truth, which is illustrated by the 12 signs of the Zodiac. Genevieve says, ye are here. That's where you go from here. Here. When I was saying something about pray, she was like, example, pray, rain. That's actually funny, right? Right? What is this puppy doing? What you doing, man? Relax. Yeah, you want, what you want to come here? Huh? This little guy. What's up, you handsome man? So he's so yeah, with this, he's like, man, okay, let me sit you down right here. Nothing, he will not sit down. That is funny. All right, so with that being said, what can I give you here? Let's give you this block here. Boom. Want to play with that? Since we're going over the zodiac, giving you an extra aura cube, right? Let's see how he does with this. All right, so with that being said, guys, I mean, we're wasting our time with belief systems. We're wasting our time with military force. We're wasting our time with all these things that oppose nature. All right. Gen V also says internal and external must be in balanced. In separately from the word balance. They must be balanced. I'll say it like that. Mother Sahar says, indeed, victory! Exclamation points, right? Gen B also says fasting is powerful in balance. Yeah, what the main thing people need to fast from is lying to themselves. that's the biggest thing one can fast from. And Mother Sahar is in agreement with that and says true, right? And Brother Sean was reading Let, right? We're coming to a close here, guys. This is taking a little longer than I wanted to, but I know my ad libs is what makes it go a little longer, because what I'm doing when I'm ad libbing is really giving you guys my perspective and mindset based on my studies thus far. That's actually what it is. All righty. So let us win the victory. Go ahead, Brother Sean. I yield.
Let us win the victory of peace, justice, and human equality without firing a gun.
Wow. Because you're really uncivilized if you do that. Man, I can't wait till we get to Clock and Destiny Book 2 and we read that introduction. Maybe I could share a little bit from here. You know what? Let's put a pin in that, right? This is page what? 37 out of 89. And let's go here. Right? Right? The introduction of Clock of Destiny book 1. So before you even get to the contents, right? Is that right? Hold on, let me make sure. Right? Okay, Clock of Destiny book 2. Where does it say in the introduction? You know what I'm looking for, man. Oh, hold on. Right there. When the heads under the yellow, right? When the heads of a government society have to endeavor to enact a law to force its citizens to recognize and equally respect the loyal dark and brown-skinned masses, right? Let me get that for you, mate. Right? Of humanity as equal human beings like themselves, then citizens of that government society are definitely not civilized. Facts cannot be altered and therefore need no apology. When the educators of the said governmental union society are afraid to teach the necessary truth, then the educators and citizens are definitely economic and social slaves, and therefore cannot be free master masons and Eastern stars. I'm not making this up. Ooh. We're showing you guys what it is. Period. Okay? Therefore, it is my moral duty as a free Moorish American Master Mason to clearly explain the necessary truth in order that the unfortunate slaves of this great Moorish nation might be set free and thus become in reality free Master Masons and Eastern Stars. Just wanted to say, and I wanted to see, where was it? Hold on. Thus, instead of us expecting the wise men of the said far east abroad to come here to liberate or redeem the world, it is in reality the peoples in the U.S.A. which is the actual far east, who shall redeem or liberate themselves by what? The 12 signs of the zodiac. They then would liberate the rest of humanity abroad by it rather than by the force of arms, tanks, atomic bombs, jet planes, and the missionary doctrine of religion, which has already served its purpose, and zero. Force of arms and the American religion, which is actually dogma, spell total defeat. Religion is for ignorant people who cannot read. And actually what he's saying there, it's dogma belief systems falsely termed religion. However, CM Bay knows that he's bringing the truth 9 times out of 10 to a people who at that time didn't comprehend it. So he's writing for the youth. Just wanted to put that out there, man. Let's go back to page 37. You know what I mean? Just saying, ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I mean, your feelings shouldn't be hurt by truth anyway. But yeah, shouldn't have to fire a gun. Shouldn't have to use force of arms. A firearm, as they say on TikTok. Or what else they say on TikTok? A pew pew. Look how free the people are not when they go to use different social media platforms. They have to censor themselves from telling the truth, which shows more that there's a culture of embracing a lie, right? Mother Janelle Blashout says peaceful greetings. Jen V says sincerely appreciate it. And Jen V says Mother Sahar. She's showing love to Mother Sahar indeed. All righty, let's continue. I yield, bro. You stop that. Yeah, we should be able to, let us win this victory, justice and human equality without firing a pew pew. Okay.
Everybody gonna die.
Pew pew. Everybody
gonna die.
Yo. Oh man, so that Kevin Hart stand up for that one is really hilarious. Okay, I yield. Remember,
we are Asiatics, quote unquote, the majority of the human family, and the white people, quote unquote, are Europeans, quote unquote,
quote unquote, which because we know they're actually South Americans. Go ahead, bro. I yield, man. See, the quotes are showing plausibility. It's showing that we say this, but it's actually not that. That's what the quote unquotes are. Go ahead.
The minority of the human family who have unfortunately declined to an all-time low, mentally, morally, and physically.
I yield.
Bro, it makes me think of that one book that you had got that we were sharing, that one part about Big Ben Bay. It's made me think of this part right here.
Oh yeah, the circle of mothers and sons. Yep. I yield.
All right. This has made them blind to truth and are murderers, criminals, otherwise by trade. 60% of their culture over the radio involves crime and murder.
Look at that. I mean, does it not? And that was back in the 40s. He was saying that. Like, come on, man. All right, go ahead. I yield, man.
The other 40% is shown in actual reality involving color, racial prejudice, discrimination, segregation, and human injustice.
I mean, do you have to have a belief system when truth like this is doing what it do? You really trying to get at that, man? You're hilarious. You're a little handsome. All right. Last paragraph, man. This is love, man. I yield.
Therefore, they badly need our help. And the only way that we can help them is to denounce that which they have taught us to believe and accept our own culture, science. We get out of life as good as we create.
Look,
when we realize,
see, so what's the culture again? Just want to know. I'm having a hard time reading that word in the parentheses.
science.
Not belief, not dogma belief systems. Falsely termed religion. I yield, bro.
Ooh, this paragraph right here. When we rely upon others to study the secrets of nature and think and act for us, then we have created in life for ourselves that which is termed hell, quote
Look
unquote.
at that, which means everyone's job or job is freedom. That's what you should be endeavoring to work towards. But man, how am I going to, have electricity and water and a place to stay? I mean, that question is proof that there's social and economic slavery present and in full effect. And this is why studying is important, so that we can stop the social and economic slavery. Like when Malika was saying in class yesterday, shout out to our lawful living loved ones. Like Malika was saying in class yesterday, like, would you really sign up for that lease in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a mortgage or a lease for an house or apartment, right? Knowing that it is predicated on agreeing that you are to be made homeless if you don't practice the discriminating social and economic slave practices. This is not dealing with beliefs. I want everyone that ever hears this now or in the dimensions to manifest to believe nothing we are saying. Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong. Right? Right, man? Tell them prove us wrong. I yield, bro. I mean, because we already know the quote unquote hell is still, in the sense, debtor's prison. Flat out, it's debtor's prison. You're imprisoning yourself by not fulfilling the only debt that ye are to fulfill, and that is to know. Science, which is in the parentheses there, comes from the Latin sciere, S-C-I-R-E, and sciere denotes to know. I yield, bro. Islam.
Indeed. All right, so he told you what it was. Now he says, so study science and support your constructive thoughts by positive action.
Look, man, Gen V says, blinding me with science. That's actually pretty funny, right? Study science and support your constructive thoughts by positive action. And this is why we are to be active Moors and not passive Moors. What you want to stand up? To be active Moors and not passive Moors, right? You see the books, right? And so, with that being said, right, and us being active and not passive, we are then doing what we need to do to end and facilitate further ending. You don't want to. Okay, I'm about to sit down again. Further ending social and economic slavery. All right, I yield, bro.
Thereby solve your own economic problems.
That's kind of what I just said. That's because we're in harmony, because we read this, a lot throughout every year that we've been studying this, right? So collectively, it's like I said, you guys know I'm in my 10th year now. So when they come to me and my brothers, this is something we've been going over for 10 years, let's just say collectively. All righty. I yield, bro.
As it stands today, the Asiatics of the U.S.A. are begging and relying upon the white people, quote unquote, to solve their economic problems.
That is tough. Jesus Christ. Right? That's tough, right? All right, I yield.
Remember, beggars have no choice. So let the dead bury the dead, quote unquote.
Woo, man. Yes, yes, yes. Let the dead bury the dead. Okay, I yield.
Thereby realize the fact that you are among the living Asiatic nation, the fathers of civilization, Islam.
Islam. Questions, comments, and or suggestions, guys. Questions, comments, and or suggestions. We are all ears. Questions, comments, suggestions. Man, bro, that was amazing. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us. All righty. On behalf of Seven Hill Star, we would like to say schedule your Mirror Astro Literacy session with Brother Hasan Ghazi Obey, and get your pardon me, your mental magician report from Brother Sean Ali. Boy, you so fast. You just grab everything so fast. That's why I ain't so that's what I would like for you all to do. Schedule your Mirror Astro Literacy sessions and make sure you get your mental magician report. All righty. With that being said, also, we would like for you guys to be yourselves and
donate.
Make sure you guys are donating, right? You want to come get this fat man? Mm-hmm. I know, it's super busy. Handsome man. What? Okay, you can stay. You can stay. We're almost done. We'll do that invocation now. All right. So questions, comments, and or suggestions. Gesundheit. Questions, comments, and or suggestions going Twizzeyes. Brother Dark Blash Bay says, love and respect to ye all. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Gratitude. Brother Sean, you got anything you want to say?
Man, y'all just repent in the mind, especially for those that come to see this. You know, I think things are overcomplicated because we're not seeing others do it, but you have to be clear within yourself to move and then just watch others do it. You know, because like you were saying, bro, the prophet brought this back when he was on the scene. Seeing Bay brought this in like the 40s, and it's still clear today that either folks aren't getting it or they just don't want to get it. And like that last paragraph, man, was paramount.
Yeah, straight up. It definitely was. So, guys, Mother Sahar says Islam. Guys, we're going to do our invocation now. Are there questions, comments, and or suggestions going? There are no more questions, comments, and or suggestions. Guys, when you go to get some victuals and go to eat, make sure you eat good. Enjoy what you're eating, and I trust it is a healthy choice. However, at the end of the day, make sure your mindset makes the nutrition happen, right? Because as ye think, so are ye, right? As the mind thinketh, so the body is, right? So it's all really mentality and mindset. All righty. Guys, we're going to do our invocation now. We're going to extend all 5 appendages on the left hand, just the index in the middle on the right. We're going to hold that as such as we stand on a 45-degree angle as we're facing east, right? For me, that's east, which metaphysically denotes within. East is within. You guys can repeat after me either aloud or in ye hearts.
Islam.
Islam, Allah, the Father of the universe.
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My guide.
My guide.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Noble Drew Ali.
Noble Drew Ali.
All righty, guys. We love you all on behalf of Seven Hill Star. Mother Sahar says, yes, he is handsome. I thank you so much. That is it's a little handsome Mansom.
Great baby.
I know, right? He is so hilarious and just as precocious as he wants to be. Like, seriously. It's so funny. because he really held on to this to this Astro Aura cube much longer than I thought. He only dropped it once. It was hilarious. So that's what I'm noticing. Like the babies really enjoyed it. And that reminds me, by the way, make sure you guys get your hands on this, right? Let's see, this is Capricorn season now, right? My first astrology coloring book prepared by brother Hasan Ghazi Obey, and the Astro Aura Cubes, guys. Get your hands on this. You will not be disappointed. Go and enjoy your astrological studies, right? With this, and goes in harmony with what it is that we're sharing, because we're serious about who we are and what we do, right? And this is also on the website, right? To get this version, this is the teacher's edition, where the blocks are actually have a finish on them. They are 180 units in lieu of lawful money, because I have designed this myself. I do all the printing here, right, with my printer and my ink and all my resources, and each copy is handmade by me, as I use not only my hands, but also other tools, like, you know what I mean, like my little cutter here or whatever, also to make sure things are sized properly. So these are handmade. Every time I do these literatures, they are handmade, especially when it comes to these blocks. You have this is what most of the work is for the teacher's edition. However, the version of the Astro Aura Cubes that come with all the other literature, because you get those Astro Aura Cubes and these 4 literatures also. But the ones that don't have the finished cubes, right? If you're like, well, you know, what's the other ones? The teacher editions is 180. What's the alternative? It is 60 for the unfinished cubes. Just like I said, it's a lot of handmaking work that goes into that. All right, so with that being said, guys, we love you all on behalf of 7 Hill Star, on behalf of all of us at 7 Hill Star. We will say to you all, namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, 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 y'all. Peace
and blood.